Introduction to APA References. APA style refers to a specific way to format, write, and cite a research paper. APA references have 4 key elements that always come in the same order and answer the same questions. Who wrote the source? When was it written? What is it called? And where did it come from? This video will discuss each element, where to find the information in your source, and how to format it on your reference page. The examples in this video are both journal articles, but books, websites, and edited collections will be discussed in later videos. So introducing the elements. Who? The author is the most important element of any documented source. In APA, authors are listed by last name, then first initial, and middle initial if included. The first name should never appear in the paper or the reference page. What if there are multiple authors? This is an important question because many articles are written by more than one author. These authors on the reference page will be listed in the order that they appear on the paper and are separated by commas. The final author will be attached with an ampersand rather than the word "and" spelled out. When? The date of an article can usually be found at the top of the page. If the source is a website, then it will often be at the bottom. For a book, the date will be on the publication page. Remember to use the most recent date. When documenting the source, place the date inside parentheses with the year first and other elements such as month, day, or season following a comma. If there is no date, place N period D period, meaning no date, inside the parentheses. What? This is the title of the article itself. In APA, the title is not surrounded by quotes and is in sentence case, in which only the first word is capitalized, rather than in title case, in which all important words are capitalized. Many titles will have subtitles, which are shown with a colon and a new capital letter. Exceptions to this strange capitalization are proper nouns or acronyms that would normally be capitalized. Also, note that the quotation marks in the second example are part of the title, not the APA formatting. Where? This element is the larger source where the article is located, such as a journal, edited collection, or website. The source title is formatted using title case, and if a journal or a book, in italics as well. Another element that is required for journals is the volume and issue number. These can usually be found where the date was listed and should be formatted with the volume number in italics and the issue number in parentheses. The volume and issue numbers are followed by the page numbers where the article is found. Sometimes there are no page numbers, so if this is the case, there's no need to add them. And finally is the URL or DOI, which is a permanent identification number much like an ISBN on the back of a textbook. This is placed at the end of the reference but does not end in a period like the other elements, so the link is not compromised. This example is still hyperlinked, but some professors prefer to have the blue link formatting removed. Check with your professor to see which they prefer. When looking at the source as a whole, note how there are commas separating the title from the volume and issue numbers and the page numbers. If you are having a hard time remembering the order for formatting the where section, think of it like a pyramid shape or a funnel that gets narrower and more specific as you go. The top is the broadest category, the title of the journal itself. Then we narrow it down to which journal, with the volume and issue number. Then we narrow it down even further to the page numbers. And finally, the specific link the reader can click to go to the exact article. Sometimes articles will have pre-generated citations, or you might use software to create your reference page. While these are great tools and give you a great start, they're often incorrect, especially in their capitalization or order of elements. So be sure to double-check any references you did not write yourself. Here is a complete sample reference for review. First, there is the last name and first initial and a period. This is the end of the Who section. Then, the date inside of parentheses, followed by another period to show that this is the end of the When section. Next, there is the title of the article. See how there's limited capitalization? This also ends in a period to show that this is the end of the What section. And finally, the where. See how the journal is italicized along with the volume number? There are also commas between all parts of the where section and a period after the page number. Remember, don't put a period after the URL or DOI because this can compromise the link. So now you know all the parts of a reference, but what do you do with the whole page? First, list each source in alphabetical order by the author's last names. Next, create hanging indentations by highlighting your entire reference page. Right-click and select Paragraph. In the Indentation section, look for the option Special and select Hanging. This will format your entire reference page. If you have any questions about APA style, contact Dr. Richards at the Writing Center on the second floor of Collier Library.